So for this one, all you're going to be doing is homework for this, so I want to make sure I go over every problem and make sure that we're good to go. So when they're saying use the roots, what they're really asking you to do is factor, all my pens are dying, is factor, which you can't see, and then after you factor, set it equal to 0. It's got to be second nature, okay? Factor, factor, factor. If you're struggling with these, please text me. If you're going on Google and you don't quite understand, then doing that will be really helpful, asking you for help. Okay, finding the inverse. Remember, that's when we go forwards and backwards. Let me do a different example that might help you with this one. If this is f of x equals x plus 7 over 3, okay, you would look and see, okay, what's the first thing that's happening? The first thing that's happening to the x is you're adding 7, and then you're dividing by 3. So if we were to do the inverse is going backwards. So the opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3. The opposite of adding 7 is subtracting 7. So that means my inverse would be take the x, multiply it by 3, and then subtract 7. Okay? I will do another one just to make sure. If I have f of x equals 2 square root of x plus 9, and I wanted the inverse, first thing that's happening is you are adding 9, then you are square rooting, then you're multiplying by 2. So if you're going to do the inverse of that, that's dividing by 2. The opposite of square root is squaring something, and the opposite of adding 9 is subtracting 9. So f inverse equals, take the x, divide by 2, square it, it's the whole thing, and then subtract 9. And if you're really cool, you would distribute that in there, and you would go x squared over 4 minus 9. And if you are really cool, you would see that's this 1/4 x squared minus 9. And then to remind you, this would be a vertical compression by a factor of 1/4 and a vertical translation 9 units down. So if you look, this is vertical translation 9 down, and this is horizontal translation 9 left. Okay? Look at this. They're opposite, or inverses. Horizontal, vertical. Left, down. Okay? They're inverses of each other. Okay? So that covers the inverse. This one, I'll do letter A, and then I need you to do the rest. Okay? So this log 6, if you remember the rules about logs, they're exponents, which means if you're multiplying, it really means add. So I focus on the 6. And I see that if I go 2 times 3, that is 6. So the rules of logs say that when you're adding, it really means multiply. So that means I'm going to take 0.30 plus 0.47, which is 0.77. So manipulate them on how you can do that so that you get the answer. If this was A, this was B, and this was C, the answer would be you're going A plus B. Okay, this one, they want you to do matching. You're good at that because you do a lot of matching on your quizzes with me. If you're not sure, then you'll type it into Google or you'll go to Homework Help. Okay, let's turn the page. In this one, slope of 3 and y-intercept, let me remind you, this is y equals mx plus b. And hopefully remember how to do that from now. D shouldn't be that much. This one, this is your rule about logs. I'll do the first one, you do the next one. So when it's adding, it really means multiply. So I'm going to go log 6, 5 times x is 5x equals 3. Once you have one log, boom, change it to exponential. Sorry. So that would be 6 cubed equals 5x. 6 cubed is 216 equals 5x. Divide by 5. Okay, hopefully I read that right. All right, the rest you can do. So if adding is multiply, subtracting is divide. All right, I think that covers it. All right. Oh, just one quick thing in letter D. See how there's one log and then you change it to exponential? So once there's one log, then you change it to exponential. So if you have 2 logs, you make it 1 log, and then you can go from there. But actually in this one, I'll do letter C actually also. So if you notice both the bases are the same, remember when you have like 9 equals 3 to the x, what's the first thing you did? You made the bases the same. Once the bases were the same, you knew x was 2. So if the bases are the same, you can cross that off and solve from there. Okay, that covers it.